name is Gayatri, and I am the content creator for Pampered Chef Eating Healthy with Gayatri in Gayatri's World Kitchen. I'm super excited that you could join us for our 5 holiday appetizers in 15 minutes. This is going to be easy. Let me show you what we're going to make. Who loves bagel chips? They're fun, they're crunchy, there's so many different variations. So let me show you what I'm doing. I just cut up a bagel, a store-bought bagel, add a little bit of olive oil, and I am gonna mix in my Italian seasoning right here and toss it all in. Do I need to measure? If I want to, or I can just toss it in. And I'm gonna put this in my air fryer. Here's the thing, guys. A small bag of bagel chips is super expensive, right? And you can go through that whole thing so quickly. So why not make your own? You know that it doesn't have any preservatives, and these guys are perfection. They are so good, you won't believe it. So let me show you. So they're all tossed in here. Just a little bit of olive oil and about half a teaspoon of the Italian seasoning. And you can do this with any flavor of bagels if you like as well. Okay. I'm going to show you my air fryer real quick, but I love the fact that it has the rotisserie basket. So I'm just going to put them in this rotisserie basket, and that's going to help get them evenly browned. So I'll have these right in here, and I'm going to take them over to my air fryer. And in they go in the air fryer setting for about 8 minutes. That's all I need for that. We have a little visitor. I think he can smell some yummies going on. Okay, so while that's going on, I want to show you a dip. I am making a very simple dip. This has half a cup of mayonnaise, and you can use vegan mayonnaise, and half a cup of sour cream, and you can always use a vegan substitute if you want to for your yogurt. What I'm going to add in here is 1 teaspoon of my dill dip or dill seasoning. This is so good, and you can serve it with some veggies. I'm going to show you how I'm going to put all of this together. Okay, I'm going to use a measuring spoon, and I'm just going to put that in. This is really great if you make it a little bit ahead of time so that it has time to chill in your fridge and just let the flavors marinate. So back down, there you go. I'm just gonna mix that up. So this dip is gonna be fantastic. It's ready, that's it. It's going to go in my veggie tray, so let me show you. So I have some cucumbers, and I'll show you how easy it was to do the cucumbers. Okay. I recommend using some English cucumbers so that there's less seeds in there, but you just basically cut them in half and just rock. This is a perfect way for you to cut up a lot of veggies all at once. And I'm just going to take these, look, they're all even slices, and I'm going to put them right back on here so that I can get the little wedges that are perfect to eat with the dip. So there you go. All even, all done. I'm just going to put them right in here. This dip is great not only with veggies, but it's also great with chips and crackers. So super easy. I love using this thing because it just lets me cut so much more all at once. All right, some carrots and some tomatoes that I've already dried. So let's put these in here and I will show you what this beautiful tray looks like. So there's that. I'm gonna put crackers on that side. So this is what this looks like. I'm gonna put crackers on this side, and then I'm just gonna fill in my dip on both of this side so that this tray is ready to go. It does have a lid. So again, this is easily prepared ahead of time, and it can go in your fridge and just pull out when you need it. So let me show you what I'm going to do with these raspberries. Like the cool and serve tray, I have a cool and serve bowl. So it's going to keep my berries cold for a while. And I'm going to add some blueberries and some other berries right in here. And I'm going to serve that with some delicious whipped cream. I have half a cup of heavy cream in here. And the really nice part about this is you can flavor this whipped cream up any way you want. You can add some chocolate or some cinnamon, some peppermint, almond, vanilla spice, whatever you want. Some Baileys if you're looking for an adult flavor whipped cream. I'm gonna do a little bit of cinnamon, and for the cinnamon, I just need to add like 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. This is the Korinjte Cinnamon, which is really flavorful, and I'm just gonna add a dash of it. I don't even think I'm gonna need too much. So there's that. I'm gonna add a little tiny bit of powdered sugar. You don't even need that if you wanna skip it, that's perfectly fine. So I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar. And there goes that. And I'll show you how easy it is to make this. So you can serve those berries with some homemade whipped cream. The bottom stops it from sliding, and then when you're done, you can also just take it off and put the cover on it. I love that portion of it. This is also a great way for you to make compound butter. Just pump a little longer and you'll end up with some butter. So you could take some heavy cream, mix it with like the garlic and herb seasoning or another seasoning of your choice, and make some homemade butter. Just serve for those delicious holiday meals. I can start to feel that it's getting a little bit harder to keep pumping. So let's finish up here. You hear my air fryer beeping, telling me my bagel chips are ready. So let me go check on those. I've done them for 8 minutes, so I'm gonna put them in for another 2. You want to make sure, if you're doing this in the whipped cream maker here, that your heavy cream is very chilled. So you want to make sure that all your ingredients are chilled and right from the fridge. You don't want to leave it out too long. Okay, this is done. Look at that, yummy. The next thing I want to show you is how to put together a really quick, easy spread that I talked about. So here's half a block of cream cheese, and you can use whatever sauce you want. I'm going to use the Pampered Chef Raspberry Habanero Sauce for that little touch of, that spiciness. This is how easy it is. Just pour it on. And this is ready for spreading with a beautiful spreader. I'm gonna put some crackers on the sides of it, and that's ready. So I have some crackers right here. I'm gonna choose to go with more plain flavored crackers. These are just sea salt. These are one of my favorites. These are just the scallop crackers with sea salt. Got them at Aldi, so they're not expensive at all. And look how beautiful this is. If I was doing a hot dip, I would put it in here, and this would keep it warm for a few hours. This is the insulated serving bowl, and I really like this for keeping hot dips. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is how to make some bruschetta topping. So this is my food processor. You can use any food processor you want. And what's gonna go in here is 2 cloves of garlic. I'm using a garlic peeler because I don't like to get the garlic smell all over my hands. I just put this in here. And I just put it on my countertop and I roll. Gotta give myself a little space. So here is a slice of a clove of garlic. There is another clove of garlic. Okay, I'm gonna go grab that. And I have a dog who is looking for anything I drop right under my feet here. Okay, so there goes my garlic. And I'm gonna add a little bit of basil. If you don't have fresh basil, I keep some basil that's frozen, and I love just adding it right in there. And you'll see it pump through really quickly in a minute. I like basil, so I'm going to be a little generous with my basil. I am definitely going to post the recipes with the video. And tomatoes. I'm putting these in. As I said, I'll share the recipe. It's super easy. And this bruschetta is finger licking good. I promise everyone is going to absolutely love it. So I have some tomatoes, some basil, some garlic in here. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper. I like to grind my own salt and pepper so that it's just very flavorful. There's that. A little bit of balsamic vinegar. Again, don't worry, I will send you all the measurements. And the last thing this needs is a little bit of olive oil. Right here. There you go. And I'm just gonna pump this. And of course, bruschetta, you would just serve up with thin slices of like a crusty bread, like Italian or French bread, or a baguette. And I would just toast those in the oven or in my air fryer for about 3 minutes with the thin slices. Just use a bread knife to cut up the baguette. You can always, double or triple the recipe if you want. And you might want to because this recipe is so good. All right, and to finish off our bruschetta, we're gonna add some freshly grated Parmesan. That really makes it taste really, really good. And for the Parmesan, I highly recommend you get a block and grate it yourself for a couple of reasons. One is so that it's got much more flavor to it. And number two, the grated Parmesan or grated cheese, they put cellulose in it to prevent clumping, and you don't want that. So I'm using my microplane Pampered Chef fine grater, and I love it because it's got a finger holder, and especially when you have like little pieces like I do, you don't want to lose any fingers. So I'm just going to put that in here. I'll show you how easy it is to grate. I can grate it right over my container, or I can grate it as a tripod. I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. Oh. There we go. Look how fast and fine it grates, super quick. And that's all it's gonna take. And what I love about this is I can just take this out And then I can just store it in here. I mean, if I need a pretty bowl, I can definitely put it in a pretty bowl. But if it's just the family, I can just put it right in here and serve. That is super delicious bruschetta, ready to go to serve with some crusty bread. Cheese board or charcuterie board with some different cheeses. You can use any beautiful board you have. You know, you can even use like a wooden cutting board that you have. That I like to use my Lazy Susan so that it spins and it's easy to access anything and everything on here. I have some grapes that I just washed up and cut into little bunches. I'm gonna add some crunch with some different nuts. You can use whatever you want. I have some cashews and some almonds that are really yummy. Okay. I'm gonna add a variety of cheeses to this board so that it's good, you know, it's gonna please everyone's palates. Some are soft, some are hard, some are very colorful. I have this really cute Dutch spicy crust that I got at Trader Joe's. Look how beautifully colored it is. I'm gonna open it up and just set it on the cheese board. This is another fun one. This is the Whiskey Business cheese. So there's another pretty one there. You can do a brie, and there you have it, a cheese board. And then just put out some beautiful accessories for people to be able to take their cheeses. So there's that. And then I also have a little labeler that I could use to mark all my cheeses. Okay, that's all of that. I'm going to show you what the homemade pita chips look like. And then with those homemade pita chips, they can use it with a dip just by itself, or they can have some with some hummus. And if you want the recipe for the hummus, check out my YouTube channel. I have a great easy recipe of how to make homemade hummus on there. This was 10 minutes in the air fryer. Can you see how golden and beautiful these pita chips are? Yum. Can't wait to dig into those. Guys, you know, in 15 minutes, you can make some delicious appetizers to serve to your guests for any holiday entertaining, or even just to your family. These make a great, you know, finger foods or great appetizers for your own family. This is gonna be dinner for us tonight. Sometimes it's fun to kind of just have little munchies for dinner. So that's what we're gonna do. Thanks for joining us.